Well, if you want some storminess tonight, just head south. Just south of Pocatello, we're seeing isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. Most of the strongest activities over the higher terrain, so the mountain range between Downey and Grace, where we got some of the strongest storms popping up. Also some storminess just north of Jackson. Looks like a little something over the southern half of Jackson Lake up into Yellowstone. And a thunderstorm starting to develop in a strong one, but now it's starting to weaken over Craters of the Moon. So we're going to see a lot more of this over East Idaho tomorrow, right in the Snake River Plain. And the reason being this hot, high pressure system that was centered right over the Gem State is pushing northward. So that's allowing this low to push all this monsoonal moisture up into East Idaho. And this low will get a little closer to us tomorrow, kicking that high even farther away. And that will open the door to even more moisture, which that means there's a possibility in the afternoon, evening of showers and thunderstorms right here in the Snake River Plain, Pocatello and Idaho Falls, with that continuing risk going into part of the weekend. So changes in the weather out there. You can see the changes out there in the way of cloud cover, and we got that in the forecast tonight, mostly cloudy. Maybe a sprinkle around Pocatello, but nothing too serious, and that would be a big maybe. 65 will be the low in Pocatello tonight, so a little milder than it was last night. Idaho Falls will also be slightly milder with a low of 57. We'll call it partly cloudy in the central mountains. Mackay, wow, you're going to be a little warm tonight. Your low 60. That's warmer than usual for you. In fact, all of us will be above average, even Stanley with a low of 46. That seems cold, but for Stanley, really isn't, not for this time of year at least. Isolated showers and thunderstorms in the upper highlands, western Wyoming. So we showed you where most of the activity north of Jackson. It could linger a little farther south. So Jackson, Afton could see some storminess later this evening. We got the isolated showers and thunderstorms, obviously in the southeast highlands. Showed you where those were at on the storm tracker radar map. Near 60 for a low in Inkom. 52 will be the low in Montpelier. And have that umbrella with you just in case you may need it, especially in the afternoon, evening. A risk of more storminess. And look at that, not quite as hot. No 90s tomorrow, at least not in the southeast highlands. And it looks like we have no 90s for the most part in the upper highlands, western Wyoming. One exception being Du Bois, but the rest of us in the 80s and only the comfortable 70s in Yellowstone, 76. For the central mountains, near 90 in Salmon. So all of us backing off heat-wise with a risk of storminess later in the day. And for the Snake River Plain, we'll start off maybe with a little bit of sunshine, barely 90 in Pocatello for a couple of seconds at least. Idaho Falls, 90, close to it in Rexburg, and not quite as toasty as it was this afternoon. Your southeast Idaho Chevy dealer 7-day forecast. Looking ahead, even a bit cooler, if you will. I know 86 is not a whole lot cooler, but definitely cooler than this afternoon. And then coming out of the weekend, just some junky clouds around. We're back in the 90s, though, starting Monday. We'll keep those 90s around all the way through next Thursday. Southeast Idaho Chevy dealer 7-day forecast for the Teton area. Chance of storminess tomorrow all the way through the entire weekend. Then coming out of it, partly sunny, 83 degrees. Coolest day will be Saturday, high of 79. And for the central mountains, that's Chalice, Salmon, and Mackay. A chance of storminess for the next 3 days. Not quite so warm. Temperatures mid-80s starting off the work week.